How's it going, everybody? Super Duper Guy back at it again, and today we're going to be introducing our Super Duper series, I suppose. And today we will be showing you how to make a nice Super Duper adhesive farm. And essentially this is going to be the best adhesive farm that you could probably make in the entire game because can't budget. Okay, so without further ado, you're going to want to make a Super Duper farm. And if we turn around, I have one. So you have an assortment of corn, mut fruit, and then we have tomatoes. And I'll show you real quick where you can find these. There are many locations to where you can find these. You can get corn and you can get tatos from Aaron's Home Seal Fed. You can get mut fruit next to Mama Dolce's food. There's going to be like 10, 11, or maybe even 12 of them. And you can also find some corn and tatos behind General's Steakhouse. There's a garden area. So once you have that, you can slowly branch out and build your farm. And as you can tell by my camp budget, this is literally about the most crops that you could possibly make. Altogether, I believe it is 180 of each of them when it's fully done. And that is utilizing the Perk Card, Green Thumb, which is super duper because it gives you twice as much harvested laurel. So if you look into your crafting menu, you're going to see that as soon as it loads in, because you know how Bethesda servers are, you'll find vegetable starch. So it's going to be corn, mut fruit, and tatos. So this solves the corn, mut fruit, and tatos to where we can get about 200 adhesive per harvest. Now we're going to need purified water. So on a different and separate character, you're going to want to make a camp that has a good water source. So let's go load that one, shall we? Alrighty, and then we're going to load our character that has the water farm. And we'll just head to our private world. And essentially, with the water farm, we're going to want industrial water purifiers, and I will explain that once we load in a bit. As soon as the load times, because, you know, Bethesda's servers and load times haven't been super duper lately. Alrighty, now that we're loaded in, we're actually going to go head over to our camp. And you're going to want to place your camp near a body of water. So probably along a river, along the left side of the map, where I did mine. And I will show you how the water works. Alrighty, now that we're loaded in, you're gonna see my camp is nothing special, just your run-of-the-mill stuff. Survival stuff. And then I just have some basic industrial water purifiers. As you can tell, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have a total of 7. And so let me explain how this works. So if you go into your menu, and then you head over to your water, you're going to see how it says it produces 12 per hour. It produces 24 hour, or it produces 6 per hour. This is actually incorrect. So how it works is, if you have this out, your camp can only produce a maximum of 12 water per hour. So if you have 30 of these, you're still going to only make 12 water per hour. Same with this one. These ones only produce 24 water per hour, and it can hold up to, I think, 4 or 3. But regardless, if you have 30 of these, it's still only going to produce 24 per hour. Meanwhile, if you have this, it only holds 5, but if you have 8, you're going to get well over, or you're going to get the 60 water per hour like it describes. So the 60 per hour is basically just going to cap the amount of water that you could produce per hour. And it's actually going to be the same with crops. You're going to see that it only produces 70 per hour. This actually only means that your farm is only going to harvest 17 crops per hour. And no matter how much you make, it's only going to be 17 different random ones. And the same thing with water purifiers. It'll literally just fill random water purifiers. But if you come back and you're just playing casually on your character that has the water purifiers, you can just come back and you can just harvest all of your water. There, we got 5. Another 5. Another 5. Another 5. Another 5. And another 5. And if you're on a private server, like I am now currently over encumbered, so let's throw some stuff in here. And if you're over encumbered, you just go over and you can just find the public storage. Let's go with the White Spring Station because everyone's familiar with that. And essentially we're just going to drop our water off inside of a briefcase, and then we're going to pick it up on our other character. If you're on a private server, essentially you have about a minute or two to rejoin before the server closes and gives you a new one. So it gives you plenty of time to switch things before characters. If you are not a Fallout First member, you can just ask one of your friends, if you have any friends, to exchange it over for you. Alright, and we're just going to throw all of our Purified Water that we get into this briefcase. And then we're just going to hop on our farmer. Alright, and then we're going to head to our character. And our farmer was Saitama. And then we're just going to go join our private world again. And essentially what we're going to end up doing is once we get this purified water, we're going to be using an item called Super Fertilizer Grenades, and we're going to use those to instantly harvest our crops. So essentially you can produce as much adhesive as you have purified water, and that's going to be the key here. Alright, now we're just going to head over to White Spring to pick up that water, and I will show you how it works. And essentially, if you have enough water, if you have like 1,000 water, for example, you can make a couple thousand adhesive. It's pretty good. And water is just something you can accumulate over time, and then you just want to switch to your farmer character. Alright, heading into the suitcase. As you can see, our purified water is there. And then we're going to head back to our farm. And I currently have a square layout, so I use about 4 grenades per harvest. And if you look into my weapons, you'll see that they're called Turbo Fertilizers. You can get this plan, I believe, from a max rank with the set element, but it is droppable and tradable, so if you know somebody with the plan, you can always just ask them to make you a couple. You can also get them from workshops and Super Turbo Fertilizer Generators, which I believe is an atomic item. Alrighty, and so all that we're going to do is we're just going to toss a grenade in each corner of our farm. And just like that, all of our crops are harvested. So for demonstration purposes, I'm only going to harvest a couple for you guys. And as you can tell with our green thumb, we are getting 2 per instead of 1. And then let's harvest some nut fruit. And some corn. And this is just a small portion of my harvest, but for demonstration purposes. And you're also going to want to equip Super Duper. Alright, and then you'll just see vegetable starch, and then you just want to make as much as you can. And as we just need a couple more mut fruit, so we'll just go harvest some more mut fruit. And then, as I said before, like, you can literally make as much adhesive as you have purified water, because you can constantly regenerate these crops by using fertilizer grenades. Alright, and then if you look into our scrap box, we made 43 starch, which is 86 adhesive, just like that, and it only took us a couple minutes. So once again, all you're going to need is a character for your farm, a character for a couple of your industrial water purifiers. I think 8 is around the magic number if you ask me. And then you're going to need turbo fertilizer grenades to automatically our crops. And if you do this correctly, as long as you have the water, you can make as many as you want. Typically, I say in about an hour, I could produce roughly 500 adhesive by not even really attending the farm. You just literally just play the game like you would, maybe hop around, do some stores, or maybe do a couple events, and then you head home, you harvest your 60 water, and then you just throw in another character and bam, 120 adhesive. Adhesive is used to repair items as well as like selling it to other players and making stuff, so it's super valuable. And that's it for the Super Duper Farm Showcase, and I hope you guys learned something, and if you like it, like the video, comment if you like the series, or if you think I should just stick to the weapon showcases. Well, that's Super Duper Guide, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!